Okie dokie. Although, the start of the stream here is going to be me just waiting to go check on the pizza. Because the pizza's almost done cooking. While I eat dessert. Because I didn't really get a chance to finish all of dinner. But the mango I had was good. And this pumpkin cheesecake is pretty delicious too. Although it decided to immediately crumble and fall everywhere. Let's see, one more minute, and then I'll go check on the pizza, I think. That'll be a full 20 minutes. That mango really got stuck in my teeth. Okay, so the goal for this stream is making the buttons work. is getting the score to, the buttons to actually score. Oh, can I easily remove them? Can I easily move them and remove them? I think the erasing wasn't working fully, right? I can add a button. And then can I remove a button? Yeah, that didn't seem to work. But I can do that here with you, right? And I can do that with a hole here too. Okay, not fully working. And I can do that with a bumper. Yeah, it's just a right click even. Okay, but I do need to make the buttons. Okay, I'm gonna go check on the pizza. And we'll see. Oh, the ads might run too, so... Okay. Pizza all taken care of. Cheesecake consumed. I am all good too. You mess with this for a bit. Okay. So, I think first order of business is hopefully not exploding Unity. Jeez. I barely clicked on something. Okay. First order of business is the erase. So how am I doing that for everybody else? Is erase. Yeah, this is where it should be like a object on top of everything else that has erase and stuff too. Okay, but secondarily, somebody's calling this. There. So now we just copy the same thing for you for the button. Yeah, there should be like some grid object on top. Like the grid space or something. Yeah, I don't know exactly how I would do the architecture. I don't know that I ever sat down and tried to think through exactly how an architecture would work. Okay, well, the actual thing that is in progress is add scoring to buttons. And that is a programming task. Okay. Oh, I guess add erase to the buttons first, but that's okay. Yeah, I've been listening to Confronting the Presidents recently from a book suggestion from my mom, and it's been actually pretty interesting just hearing about different, you know, like Harrison. I keep wanting to say George Harrison. I'm like, that's a Beatle. Maybe like William Harrison or something. I think I need to look at the list of presidents. But yeah, there was a president that died just a month into time in office. In Parent, I think. And it's been interesting them listening out like, oh, this president had 5 kids and only like 1 or 2 made it to adulthood, or this president had 6 kids and none of them made it to adulthood, and this president had 5 kids and all of them made it to adulthood. It's like, oh wow, okay. Kind of a real big toss-up. It's probably also where they had a whole bunch of kids. Yeah, so far I think it's James K. Polk is the one that I've related to the most, because they also talked about like as a kid he had a urinary surgery. That was like, oh my goodness, that sounds awful, because there was no anesthesia. And then he didn't drink either because of that, because they tried to give him some brandy as a to dull the pain, and that just turned into a traumatic experience. Okay, whatever. It's just been wild to me how varying the heights are on the presidents. Where it's like, oh yeah, Lincoln was 6'4", like George Washington was 6'2". And then there's like I think on the other end it's like John Adams was like 5'3" or something. It was like tiny. It's weird to me that there's been the like over 6 foot in multiple different scenarios because I thought like as a society we've slowly gotten taller. But to be like the over 6 foot just seems like a lot. Yeah, because I've even seen the like, I forget where they had it. They had like a presidential, whatchamacallit. I'm working on the erasing the buttons. There we go. They had a presidential whatchamacallit, exhibit. Gee whiz. They had an exhibit for the different presidents, and they had a compare like a hand size comparison of like, okay, here's what Lincoln's hand size was. And it was like, wow, that was just a big guy. That was a very tall guy. Naturally. Okay, I will be back.
That's all I know. I fill 'em up. It's something different, yeah. I'm on the road. I feel love. I bring it home. I'm on my way though. I had to let it go. Have faith, believe in your source, and that you are no mistake. Stand by your words, never over-explain. Life is one shot, make the most of the game. Right now, be Kobe with the 8. Understanding 24, this all could go away. You matter in this world, realize it's the stage. Last start, it could be any day. Have a say, that's all I know. I fill 'em up, it's something different, yeah. I'm on the road, I feel love, I bring it home. I'm on my way though, I had to let it go. Have faith, believe in your source, and that you are no mistake. Stand by your words, never over-explain. Life is one shot, make the most of the game. Right now, be Kobe with the 8. Understanding 24, this all could go away. You matter in this world, realize it's the stage. Last start, it could be any day. Have a say, have a say, have a say, day, have a say. That's all I know. I fill 'em up. It's something different, yeah. I'm on the road. I feel love. I bring it home. I'm on my way though. I had to let it go. Have faith, believe in your source, and that you are no mistake. Stand by your words, never over-explain. Life is one shot, make the most of the game. Right now.
Okay, holy heck. I was worried about starting the stream late. And then a bunch of interruptions happened to make it so that I was late no matter what anyway. Great. If we get the game loop, then it'll be unclear what's done first, Plunk or Maze game I started last week. I'm still gonna guess Maze game. I'm still gonna find a way to not figure this out and do it too slow, but... Yeah, and I like the... Well, we'll see. I don't think it I keep wanting to say, oh, it's not going to be too bad to do the thing, and then I proceeded to take forever to just get a ball to bounce. So now I have no confidence in my abilities to do anything. But so far the button's been going fairly quick, where even in the time that I haven't had for this stream, the button erasing was done. Okay, so now it's... Oh, I did have an idea for fixing this. In that, are you trying to loop? You shouldn't be, because it should be... Aha, you are trying to loop. So is that causing the weird double? And then the idle can, in fact, loop. Yeah, I am glad I threw the roller coaster on there just a little bit, just to, just to possibly make the stream a little more interesting when I disappear. There we go. Okay, that was the issue. Yay! I could probably speed up the buttons. And that is a animator over here. Something like that. Prefab for the button. No, just the animation speed. There's the animation speed. Like 3 times as fast. Well, it's one of those, like, I either change the animation or the animation speed. We'll just mess with the animation speed for now. Okay, hopefully that should be all the interruptions. But we'll see. Life will find a way to give me more interruptions. Okay, there. Yeah, it looks a little better. Oh, do I have a nice button sound effect? I can record a nice button sound effect real quick here, because I have. It's kind of the same sound. Okay, all of them are like the same sound. But the audio is not necessary for this. Okay, no. Game loop. Game loop. We're focusing on. I keep wanting to polish it. I'm not polishing it right now. Not on stream. I mean, I'm not polishing it. I'm working on the game loop right now. We're focused on the game loop. Okay, so that is the button in its buttoniness here is pressed. Issue being is it just keeps getting pressed as the ball rolls over it. But it just needs to get pressed the once. But then it needs to reset when the ball has not pressed it. I don't want to do that as a time thing. So how do I unpress the button? Yeah, because I can add a boolean to make it so that, yeah, which I already have that still. to then just say here is pressed. It's true. I could say when you start a new button, or when you start a new, when another ball, well, it really feels like it should just be when the ball is not on top of it, it should reset. Well, okay, wait, the animation is fixed now, right? So can I use the animation as a trigger? Yeah, okay, because it looks good, and then it just doesn't do it again because of the bool. So, somebody doing a bomb, or just randomly doing a bomb? I was like, why is stream avatars doing a thing? Okay, so... that was the question, is can I just add an event at the end of the reset animation? Okay, if I say reset, is it going to... that's fine, right? So, reset. And that should be... okay, so no, I lied. I do want the is pressed to be true, but now here I want is pressed to be false. Okay, yeah, more bombs. Why explosions and stuff? Gonna try to get footsteps and start the start area, and a day-night transition when exiting the maze. Goodness me. So not much talking, but wish me good luck on the gameplay loop. I'm assuming that if anybody is here, they're busy, and that's, you know, the caveat of if anybody's here. I see there was a brainoid with the customary disbelief in all of my abilities. Yeah, not even starting with cheerleaders. We're starting with the, well, not a hater either. Critic, there we go. I got a good critic to, keep me focused. Keep me in line. Okay. Okay, the music is heckin' quiet. I was like, it seemed... I don't mind quiet, but heckin' quiet is not what I was looking for. Yeah, okay, when I can hear the quacking just fine. Okay, let's do that and then regret it in the future. Yeah, okay, because it seems to be spiking every time. This song just seems really quiet. The quack is an indicator for the music being too quiet. So I mean, I have to get another one for too loud. Just a very, very loud sound that cuts through the music being too loud. Okay, so now, can I slap that at the end of an animation? And I need the button. So, animation. Yay, I did it. Man, nobody's played with the stream avatars in a long time. Which is fine by me. That it is a little distracting to do some basketball and stuff. Okay, yep, no. Life did find a way to add more distractions with the sun just sniping me through the window. Well, okay, it's not sniping, but the sun glaring at me through the window. Yeah, it can't really be sniping me if it's the sun is blasting so much light in all directions. Because I think somebody posted that as a photo where it was like a beam of light like just directly over the top of a pillow. As in like, you know, perfect aim. And it's like, no, the sun is just... It's saying a nuke has perfect aim. I don't even know what the bet was. I guess congrats. Yeah, okay, now it's too loud. It's just that one song, okay. Okay, what I wanted to do was click on the button prefab here. There we go. So get at the animation for when it's reset, so that at the end of the reset, because I feel like it'll be too much if it's in the idle, but if I add a function here, add an event that is on the buttons, methods, reset. Now, will that let me just, reset it? Okay, let's zoom the camera out. I keep trying to zoom the camera out. Okay, so like 8 maybe? It was bigger number, better person, right? Yes. Okay, there we go. Now I can just do button, button, button. Pipe there. There. Press, press, press. Press, press, press. Hell yeah. Press, press, press. Why does it keep doing black every time I want to mess with that? I know it's more or less 50% red and black, ignoring the green right now, but it's been red so often it doesn't feel like 50-50. Well, I know that's the same thing with coin flipping and stuff too, is that like... That was just such an interesting article to me, the Jeff Engelstein article that was like recently, that was talking about like people have a distinct preference. Why do you keep doing black on me? It's harder to see. I want a different color. There we go. But yeah, it was just wild to me that the distinct preference for like heads versus tails, and then that preference even gets stronger as you get older, was wild to me as well. Okay, button, button, button. I don't know why I'm doing all these buttons. Okay, button, button. And then bumper. Dadgummit. Bumper. Bumper. There we go. It's like, I know I can place it there. Dadgummit. Okay, so this is a good test of like there are layering issues. This is kind of a test of like how easy is it to do. Or well, also how good does it look if I just spam this with buttons and bumpers and whatever other nonsense.
Oh, that was so good, bro.
Okay, and there. Oh, bugger off. Oh yeah, it's because I doubled the speed and now it's too fast. And it still feels like it's rolling kind of slow. Okay, the flag. I don't need to do that. But I can. So maybe I will. I mean, because it feels like it should only take me a second. We do these things not because they are easy, but because we thought they would be easy. The ball. It's the physics ball. Has a... When it hits a goal... its constraints get set or released. There's remove constraints. Okay, well then, can I also set the speed of the movement? Speed there. And then this. And then set the speed to... Oh, I can't set it to 0. Oh, wait, set it to a fraction of itself. That's what it is. So times equals 0.1 maybe? So just a tenth of what it actually is. And then maybe it'll slowly slide into the hole. Ugh, bugger off with the animator just exploding and not working. Ads again. I'm pushing through. I already did enough breaks and ad stuff and whatnot. Bugger off. I want to do stuff. Okay, hole there. Awkward AF, but that works. So then I should be able to... Why is the stream avatars just going off? Why is it going crazy? Wait, is that somebody picking up the avatar? Wait, because I have the... No, like that's... Is that a thing I have set on stream avatars or something? That if it has a click from the stream, you can mess with it? There's a ghost in the machine, and I feel like it's one of y'all. I say as if there's multiple people here. But I don't know. That's somebody messing with it. Focus on. You see, it keeps throwing me. Look at it flying all over the screen. Okay, yeah, somebody's dropping bombs there. Yeah, okay. I'm assuming it's Red Ox there. Yeah, I could see the bomb getting spawned there. I don't entirely know how you're doing it, but it's the motion keeps not you. Somebody's just targeting you. Okay, I see how it is. You're gonna play the victim. You're gonna bomb yourself a bunch of times and say, "Oh, I'm the victim here." Okay, so that was for the hole that I don't even need, that I wasn't even caring about. So, and now I'm like, oh, I should make it so that these buttons get, no matter how many buttons are there, it should get placed correctly. It's like, no. Hand make as much as possible at this point. This is just for quick gameplay, quick prototyping, quick demo. Hacker. I'm assuming it's because I turned on the ability to click on the stream. So good to know that it's there. I meant to have the actual click maps thing that I bought and then sort of set it up, but I was the reason that I collected. Yeah. You bombed me so that I caught the star. Yeah. What's the first goal towards a minimal game loop? So the very minimal game loop being the thing that I had on Instagram, of which I'm getting fairly close on here, but it was the ball rolls over these, and then a certain sequence of numbers or colors will cause that to have the score go up, and then the goal being just, can you hit a score goal in a certain number of rounds or not? So I don't know about the balance of that, but that's the kind of close Bellatra sort of thing. It's just like, okay, you play a hand of numbers and things, but yeah, I think I'll have some fun once you have a score and a turn system. Yeah, no, I think that's the other big thing is to get the actual like hand uh, of objects and stuff. Yeah, which I do have in this image a little bit. The big thing for right now is just to get the actual score system. So the buttons actually score, and they score in sequence to go towards some main score goal. And then after that, as in like tomorrow probably, can get the actual like hand of items to pick from. Because this right now is going to be pretty heckin' random. I don't know if there's a good way for me to do like a specific button or not, but it draws my eye every time. The predator in me says, motion! Must look at it. Okay, yeah, because like I said, even just this, I was having fun with the strategy of trying to get like an exact, like lining up the different colors and lining up the numbers and stuff, so. And then once there's actually a score goal instead of just kind of some vague whatever, that I think it might actually help me figure out. This system is definitely interesting, so it's just a matter of making it fun. Well, that's the fun. That's. I keep having fun with just placing items and stuff too. It's just even like, oh, well, let's place some items here. Let's place this there. It's just, even if this can grab me, that's why I keep getting excited, and that's why I keep wanting to get further on this, because even just doing this, it's always that. It's just not a good color for testing. Because then it makes these completely invisible. I guess not completely, but it does make them harder to see. That's for sure. Okay, so next step being the game manager for the actual score. So that's a nice UI thing. I can start with that. I could start with the full like Bellagio thing too of here's a blue number, here's a red number. I think for now I will just start with the, oh wait, let's do the loot plot. What does that have for like this score? Again, I can just determine it myself. It's literally just how do I show a fraction. So this is score versus the target score. Or I guess current score versus target score. And then the target score. There we go. And then I want you in that font. That is the kind of font for tech game. And I do want you actually probably top aligned rather than center aligned. Then I want you at the top here. And then I need to change the width for sure. Okay. I will not look at it. Score. That's literally all this is. Kind of baking them into each other there with the max and the. Okay. You also need an outline so it's visible. That's the color. Outline. Thickness. It does have some kind of thickness on it. Oh, it does have some kind of thickness on it. I mean, that looks good, but I think when it was actually like here though, it feels like it needs a little more. Oh, I just realized none of the UI buttons there, so. How am I doing? Your favorite gnome? I mean, I don't know how many, I don't know what the competition is there, actually. But, good to know that I'm a favorite in some way, shape, or form. But I've been doing pretty good. I've been doing pretty good recently. Been actually, like, doing chores and, like, slowly working up to taking care of myself a little more. But, okay, vertex color. Yeah, don't overthink the UI. Yeah, no. I'm focused now. I'm focused on like, okay, we just do simple. Whatever is just gameplay stuff, which this is, yeah, I know this is technically not gameplay stuff, but this is also like 2 or 3 seconds. It's gonna take me 2 or 3 seconds to change all these. I mean, it's one of those do as I say, not as I do. Yeah, I distinctly remember the one teacher in middle school that was doing like the cooking class and reaching into a hot stove without any mittens or hot pads. There we go. Reaching into a hot stove without any hot pads. And that's just it. That phrase just got seared into my mind because of that. Okay, okay, you know what? We're gonna make everything unreadable and then go, actually. Okay. Don't overthink the UI. Here I am. Well, now I think I'm underthinking it. Now everything's gonna be impossible to see. But that's okay. Okay. Whatever. Now that it's all impossible to see, let's go back to the game manager here. I hope it feels like I'm actually taking the lessons to heart and focusing on actually finishing the game and some form of demo and some kind of gameplay over more marketing nonsense. Yeah, I did look at the submission for the Indie Game Fest, Magfest, which it really just said as long as you have some amount of a playable demo and a video. It's like, okay, I can hit that. The demo might not be super interesting and the video might not be super interesting, but also part of it is because I saw somebody's laptop with a piece of paper as one of the booths at Magfest that I was like, okay, no, you know what? I can do better than that. I can do better than somebody just had their college project they finished that they wanted to show off at Magfest and then they didn't even show up in person. That I'm like, no, I can do better than that. So even if this is just a sad, silly little video with a sad, silly little game, that doesn't, because it's one of those things of like, it's just not gonna hurt to try. That's really what it is. And it gives me some kind of deadline, even if it's probably a little too. Okay, wait. This is a UGUI, because this is a UI thing, right? No, is UGUI kind of gone as a Text Mesh Pro thing? I didn't have any of these, did I? This is the first text. I guess so, I guess. Oh, those buttons didn't need to be updated. So now the score text. And then score. Well, okay, I guess here then. Wait, I just was saying current, so score. And then the target score. Okay, there. So now the score text is going to be listed as the text. Well, and I know that was what the calculation on the When Jonas video. I think I've seen it a couple times where it's like if the prototype takes you a couple of days, then the full polished game is going to take like a couple of months or something. I don't think it was like a couple of years, but also the pace that I'm working at. If it's taken me this long, if it's taken me months to get to a finished thing here, then the actual full game would take a lot longer. Yeah, it was a bit of a bummer watching that one video about, okay, like if you look at your games that you have on itch.io, can you figure out which is a good one to actually turn into a full product? And then looking at my analytics, I'm like, okay, none of these have actually hit enough of a... I lied. Yeah, but none of them have hit anywhere near the number to be actually considered like, oh, I should think about turning this into a full real game. Yeah, there's some that have gotten a little more traction than others, but a little more is definitely not enough of like, hey, maybe turn this into a full thing. We'll see. If I can get this up to a demo point, if like somebody can poke at it and say whether it's fun or not. Yeah, that's like that silly Stunt Planet game. My friend keeps pestering me like, oh hey, if we only get 2 more signups, we can finish the testing. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll send it to my friends specifically, like one by one. And then got no response there either. So I'm like, okay, nope, now I'm just spamming my friends with obnoxious ad stuff. So now I'm just losing friends for a dumb, stupid mobile game that doesn't function. So that's not that I was interacting with friends anyway. That's just kind of, I think I'm just past that part of my life at this point. It's just gonna be random internet acquaintances, maybe talk to a coworker at work, and that's about it. I'm past the idea of friends, unfortunately. I think having friends as an adult is just difficult too. Is it not Text Mesh Pro? Bugger off. Text Mesh Pro, Text UI. Did I just say Text Mesh Pro or did I say Text Mesh Pro Text? Oh, I see. Okay. What is a Text Mesh Pro then? It's just the, but it's letting me make it a thing? Gosh dang it. What is the thing? Text Mesh Pro. I thought it was UGUI. Let's see if it lets me do UGUI. Yeah, because I also tried to like, okay, let's play some Starfinder on a regular basis with some random people. Or I guess not random, but because we showed up on a regular basis, but it was even the like, okay, let's do Starfinder on a regular basis, and those people, like, once the game was done, I saw one guy once outside of that, and that was it. It was like, okay, that was not friends either, it was just acquaintances. Yeah, it's like maybe if I did some regular meetup stuff, I would have, again, more acquaintances. It's just kind of a bummer that like regular friends and hanging out with friends is just non-existent. Okay, well, that'll make it a little more visible. I like the white text. I don't know if a black button works super well, but I like the white text with an outline. Yeah, although if I try to think of like my parents and their friends, it's just like, okay, my dad had one coworker that he hung out with for a while, but then the coworker switched, maybe not switched, but went in deep into a opposite political affiliation, and it was like, okay, nope, that's not gonna happen. And I know my mom had one friend, like one coworker friend, but I think that once she retired, that stopped happening. Okay, that's not being updated with anything. Those numbers are not being updated, but at least everything's not exploding. I think it's just sad for me because it felt like there was a chance that I could talk to my friends occasionally online. And that's just gotten to the point of like, nah, even if I'd reach out on Discord, there's no response. Yeah, I don't know if there's something I would reach out with that would make sense as like this specific person. Do you want to do this specific thing? Yeah, because even if I tried to get like a Night Rain thing going, it's like I think everybody's well past Night Rain at this point. I just haven't played it. Yeah, I know like Borderlands 3, we did one night of friends and then everybody was like, nah, not for me. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm off on my own to play this, but... Okay, so... Why did that audio come through so clearly? It's like the music seems pretty quiet, but then that creak came through so clearly. Okay, so now it's a matter of the buttons. Okay, yeah, the music is loud enough for me now that the quack wasn't coming through clearly. I did put that down as a list of things. Yeah, okay. The quack I can sometimes hear. I mean, you'd think I would hear it a little more just because it's my own voice and then freak out about like, what? Where's my own voice coming from? Okay, so now when the button gets hit, that increases so the target score. Let's just say 10 or something. Oh, and then round. I need the round number. Okay, let's look at the page for loot plot. Let's look at Balatro. Just really quick. I'm not gonna copy it exactly. Okay, so it's the round 4 of 6 with that many points. And then Balatro, I believe, does something somewhat similar. Score that, and then round score. Oh, hands and discards. Yeah, it's however many hands you have to score that number. Okay, I guess you have your... No, that's the money. Oh, round score. Did they really not do a picture of, like in the middle of the game with the round score? They did not. Interesting. The round score is always 0 in all the photos. Yeah, okay, so they staged every single one of these and kept the round score at 0. Or no, the round score is after the... No, that's... I was gonna say, this is where it's scoring that. Okay, but I could do something as simple as just the round. The current round, the maximum round, and then the points. There we go. Okay, so now we just copy that again. The round. So you'll be the round text. Yeah, and I'll put you on top of that for now. 70 maybe? Actually, no, maybe give it a full like 100. No, I lied. 75. I just want to make sure that the oh, I guess that this kind of tells me with that G how far it hangs down. It says probably more than enough, but that's okay. So this is the current around. And max rounds. And then you are the score text. So now the game manager has the round text, which actually should be the score text. I did, in fact, mix it up. Now we do the same thing with the rounds. It was a slow day. Like, it was a very slow, quiet day at work. I feel like a very slow, quiet stream today too, especially with all the interruptions, and I didn't even start for half an hour, so.
I thought you might be home, I wasn't sure.
So the round text is the, oops, I don't think I actually added the thing here. Round, and then the max rounds. I guess it could be max round. Well, okay, yeah. Maybe max rounds is the update, the round, and then the max round. Yeah, I was like, naturally, it's gonna feel nice and slow leading into, like, maybe actual gameplay. We'll see. Who knows? Okay, so it should just be zeros across the board. You did not get set. That's why I clicked the thing, to make sure that I forgot the thing. There we go. Okay, so now that's the round and the score, which should be zeros across the board. Okay. Maybe for clarity's sake, we'll do score. And then the rounds. Okay, there we go. Now it's maximally clear, hopefully. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Oh, and I did, okay, I was getting rid of the things. The very positive is making me feel like I should boot this up again at some point, just to see. Because I was definitely feeling, okay, not positive, but yeah, okay, and then they do. See, personally, I would just say once you hit over top of the score, it just stops it there. That's what Belatra does and stuff too, and that makes more sense to me. I guess there's ways that you could, like, earn more money or something if you just continue to boost your score, but that feels like you're aiming for more like an endless mode then, as opposed to like, oh, I have to make specific strategic decisions. Okay, so the max rounds. Well, okay, okay, that'll be once I get the. I gotta get the buttons working. Then I can figure out all of the balance for the how many rounds, how many. I gotta figure out the triggers for stuff. Okay. Speaking of the triggers for stuff, the buttons. You So when it's pressed, should be calling a... Oh, that was my question, is did I have an Unity action somewhere, right? Somebody has an action, I thought. It's an on trigger enter there. You? Or are these all like on click? No, I don't have an action. Do you have a game manager or something? No, there's an I pointer down handler. That's pointer down. That's a different handler. That's a different thing. But it feels like the ball should say to the game manager, hey, I just rolled over a button. Although I suppose the... Wait, does this have a list of balls, or does it just have the list of pipes and what other stuff? This might not actually have a list of balls anywhere, does it? Feels like that might be something I would want. Okay, I thought I had some kind of action somewhere. Guess it must have been a different game. Okay, but really all I need to do is figure out when a ball rolls over a button, the button tells the game manager, hey, I scored. And then that can also help me figure out the sequence of what scored too. Okay, Unity action. Because apparently I did not have an example. I want an example again so that I can figure out these events and actions and stuff. Nah, it's gonna be like most everything else. I just pull up the documentation because I've forgotten how to do anything. I'll remember some of the words, but not all of the words. Well, and that was the thing, was like, it works between classes, right? Okay, it should be a public Unity action pressed. And then well, dang it. There, now they're separated. So now the pressed action dot invoke. I just kind of want to see how much of this I can actually come up off the, yeah, remember off the top of my head. So that is the action. That's when that action gets invoked. Yeah, it's the subscribing to whatever that action is. Where was the invoke for this? Oh, there's the add button on click add listener. Okay, wait, does the action need to be on the game manager? Or the... I might have another project I could look at to pull this up with, but... Which I thought it was this project. I thought I had added all the code stuff into this project, but I guess not. Oh wait, I could do... action. There. There we go. The grid move had a Unity action. Are you gonna help for the 10th time for actions? No, I don't. I found an example. I did have an example in this project. Okay, so the grid move has an action of when it reaches the target, which is where I thought the button was. Okay, you have a action of when you get invoked. Oh, there we go. This. I thought I was doing the invoke slightly wrong there. There we go. Okay, so now invoke that action. And then reach to target. You are there. Grid move dot reach target. If you don't want to listen for each individual button one by one, maybe you should have static actions. Well, it's only 25 buttons, right? At most. Unless I make it a lot bigger, which, yeah. Did I have static on the last one? So. Yeah, and then for over here on the game manager. This. No, wait, you're saying the... Okay, wait, the public static Unity action button unpressed. Oh, because it's in the button. So that when I go with the game manager, yeah, okay, it can still live inside button. And then button pressed, button in button. All right, on pressed. Okay, this is where we just start grabbing the stuff here. Yeah, okay. Wait, does it need the... Is it this invoke or the other one? Is it this one? Maybe? Oh no. Okay. What? So this one? Not this one. And then the music got super quiet again, or is it just gone again? It's just super quiet again. Yeah, and then it just cuts in with the... Okay. Why is button pressed inside of button.cs? Okay, I did read your... It's because it was the... Yeah, you had the at there, okay. Because there was a message that said this could live inside of the thing. So... Because it takes a lot to parse all the code. This is why I kind of let it sit there. Like, okay, once all the code is there, then I can actually parse out what the code is trying to say. When it's a bunch of just random messages in the thing there. Okay, so this is the on-pressed Unity action. I'm doing it wrong again. That's because I was, I think I had it. I think I was going in the right direction, and then you said, "No, let's do the other thing there." Okay, the button. No, the delegate should stay in button.cs, but then the listener is in another class. Yes. This is the action that is the delegate. I was going for the same mistake again. See, delegates for more info. Let's make sure I know what delegate is versus... and then you're just gonna do this entire tutorial here. Okay, but the delegate being the Unity action thing, then the... I think it's just because I'm trying to show that I'm reading the code by copy-pasting it, and I'm like, okay, no, maybe I should just let all of that happen there. Okay, so on pressed invoke. Somewhere in there. How do you do the invoke again? This is saying add listener. The subscribe is going to be in the game manager. Yeah, then this is the one that goes in the game manager. And then you also do the unsubscribe in the game manager, just to make sure that is not a problem. That part I understand. I think I'm understanding that correctly there. Okay, you're still in the game manager. So much like the other grid move. Yeah, because this had a Unity action, a reached target, and then this had an invoke there. So that's what I do for invoke on the button. Yeah, so I don't know what this whole thing is. I don't know what that was. That one was confusing me. So now why are you complaining? Oh, because this doesn't pass in a button. Because this is asking for a button. So now I'm passing in this. Yes, okay, on pressed invoke this. Because this has a button on it. Yeah, some of this is like, I just need to not look at the chat and actually just read what the code says. I'm trying to be responsive to the chat. And then I'm just confusing myself. This is why I say I just gotta struggle. There is no success, there is only struggle. There is no listening to people. This is why I don't have any friends. Okay. So that should be invoking the on-pressed action, which passes in the button here. In the game manager, I want to subscribe to that. So that's the ball. No, the button. The action for the button that I just called on pressed. There we go. Now we do plus equals. Then the function I want it to run, which is button pressed, I guess. I don't know where I want to put that. I'll do it after the spawns, I guess. Button pressed, and then pass in the button that was pressed. possibly. Since that was what they, so now here, button pressed. It seems to be happy. Okay, so now I can update the score. That's really all it is. So the score plus plus. We're just gonna do that. Okay, and the text should be on update there. So is this going to do anything? Well, if it explodes and gives me errors, I can at least look at the errors. I hate you. Why can't you do the whatever graph thing? Okay, pipe. There. Pressed the button. The score went up by 1. Test score went up by 2. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, technically the button number should not be changing, but that was kind of to test that the button was getting pressed. Okay, cool. So, now it's a matter of and that's also why I need the button here. Okay, wait, the button has set. Do you have get color and get number? You don't. Okay, and the number, I don't want it to go up. I don't want the number text to change. I do want it to do that, though. Okay, but on start, I want the number to be between 0 and 6. Okay, between 0 and 6. Put a dot range then. Between 0 and 6. And then have a number is equal to that. We'll just write all the code backward. Well, pull a Yoda, talk backward Yoda does. I don't know if I could come up with that fast enough. Fast enough, I don't think I could talk backward. Not working, it is. Getting better? I might be. Okay, oh, that's it. That Confronting the President's book, that was floating the idea that OK was part of all correct. That was put onto boxes and labels and stuff to say, hey, this has been verified. And that, I think they were saying that it was somebody couldn't spell, and so they thought it was OLL or something like that instead of all correct. And then like K for correct. Yeah, looking it up, it says they don't really know exactly where it came from, but that was one possible explanation, was it was all correct with both words being spelled completely wrong. Okay, so okay, let's just see if the number pops up correctly. All correct. And then I could compare the color and the number. I don't like it when you pop up with an error immediately, but that's not my fault. Okay, so that is a 2. That's a 5. That's a 5. That's a 5. That's a 1. That's a 3. That's a 1. Yeah, this is definitely where they need to actually show up so you can place these. Like I said, it's 0 to 4. I lied. I think I do want it to be 1, 2... Oh, wait. I want it to actually... Because it's exclusive on the top one, right? Yeah. So there. I actually want it to be 1 to 6. Not that it has to match up with dice exactly, but... Sure, why not? Then I can keep the physical and digital prototypes pretty similar. For what reason, I don't know. Okay, so that's the number and the color are now both correct. Okay, wait, I'm setting the color there and setting the... So let's keep color there. And the number there. Okay. Just added step sounds, and the game already feels at least 4 times better. The being no sound was a bit off-putting. Yeah, no, it's funny how some of those polish features do add a ton to the game. Like little bits of animation or... yeah, something like do tween. Adding some tweening to stuff. Adding particle effects, adding sound effects. I guess effects do a lot. Okay, I want to do a get number, and then you return number. We do a public. Public int get color. On that, the color manager. Yeah, okay, let's get a random color palette color. It doesn't actually say what the color is. Because it's like I could compare the picked color in the color manager as opposed to something else. Okay, return. Ret run. Color. Oh, it's a color, clearly. Okay, so now, over here. Had a lot of fun with the quacking today, aren't you? Keep it somewhere safe. Here's how to actually do actions. Yeah, okay, the action with whatever thing has and then the invoke. And then the... Yeah, then also don't forget about unsubscribing. Which, now that you mentioned, I think I did. Dadgummit. I know that's a good thing to remember and do. To make sure you do the unsubscribe, and I don't know that I did. This one most likely would have had it. No, I didn't have it on here. Okay, on destroy then. Also true about the Adobe Creative Cloud. Yeah, I've never picked up any Adobe products. All I've heard is that it's terrible. And I was like, I'm not an artist enough to want Photoshop, so I just haven't. On destroy. And then don't resubscribe. Unsubscribe. There we go. Does that match what the cheat sheet says? Yes. Okay, so that's fixed. And then the button is now saying, here's my number and my color. The game manager has the button when it, there. So now the score should be if the, okay, well, it should save off the sequence, I guess. so this is that button, and then so I need a list of the button sequence. I guess we'll do a list of buttons. So yeah, now the idea here is that when a button gets pressed, it gets added to a list, and then if the next button in that list matches either number or color, it will add it to that list of buttons, and so on and so forth until you reach a button that does not match. I mean, it's kind of combo buttons, really. Maybe we do button combo. Sequence, maybe button sequence. I think the one thing being like, okay, if the colors are all the same. Well, it's one list of colors and one list of numbers. Okay, so that's really what it is color. Is a color sequence. Yeah, because I do need them to be separated. Otherwise you would get a scenario of if enough things match, then... And so now this is the number sequence. Okay, I'm just gonna go for matching for now, and then I can figure out a run of buttons after that. Okay, so the button, where'd you go again? Okay, here. So now it'll add it to the list, kind of, if the okay, let's I don't know how to think through the code before writing it. It's like, I know that's like a junior coder thing to just write code and then figure it out, but it's like, I haven't learned anything. And then go to a job and feel like, no, I'm still not learning anything. Okay, maybe we try to pseudocode it. So what I want to do is add the current button to check. And then if the current button matches the previous button, add to the list. So this is the button there, so it's just a simple check here, should be. So the number list, or number sequence. And I want the last one in the list. At count -1. Okay, number sequence dot count -1. There we go. And then if it equals the button get number, then the number sequence dot add the button's number. And then instead I could have the score be like the number of buttons that are Okay, but the number sequence count is nothing at the beginning. So then that's the other thing. It's like, okay, at the start. I guess I want it to be 0, but I guess so it's just if the well, and then otherwise, if they're not equal, then the number sequence should be cleared. Oh, so then I guess I would want to add to the okay, pseudocoding. It didn't help me. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't know how to do it. I'm just gonna struggle. That's life is struggle. Anybody who says otherwise is selling something. Yeah, because this is otherwise. Ugh, dadgummit. Number sequence dot clear. There we go. I said pseudo and Siri thought I was talking to it. Good to know that my diction isn't that good either. And then again, it's going through layers of... It's getting piped through the internet and bouncing around, so... Hopefully that's what did it. And not that I just can't say the word pseudo well enough. Okay, and then this is if the number sequence... dot count is 0. Then... Yeah, and I never know if that's what you want to use or if it's the dot equals. I don't know which one is better. It's the number sequence dot add the button number. So if it doesn't have anything in the list, gosh dang it. Okay, so if it's empty, add the button number. If the current button is equal to the last button, of which they are going to be the exact same button, because there is... no wait, this will be -1 though, right? No, it'll be 1 minus 1, so 0, so it'll check the first. These will be the same, and it'll add that twice. Okay, so this is really only check the here if the number sequence dot count is greater than 1.
Ever heard this story? There once was a tiger-striped cat. This cat
No, greater than 0, rather.
revived and lived
No,
away in
greater than
Mars,
1?
and he was
Wait.
loved by various people.
Dadgummit. Okay, so if there's nothing in the list, it'll add a number. So the first button it runs across, it'll add that button number.
One day,
Then
the cat
here,
met a stray cat, which
it'll
meant he
check
was
if
free.
it's greater than 1,
He met a white female cat. The two of them
which it
spent their
will...
days together happily. Well, years passed and the white cat grew weak and died.
What
of old
am I
age.
listening to?
The tiger-striped cat cried a
Something
million
about cat
times,
lives?
and then he died too. Except this time, he didn't come back to life.
That looks like Cowboy Bebop, but that also looks like Pulp Fiction. Interesting. Well, I feel like I've listened to a lot, and yet it doesn't look like there's hardly even been a dent made. Okay, so if there's nothing in the list, add a number. And then if there is... So then greater than 0. So if there's 1 in the list, okay, I'm doing these out of order, I think. I don't... Aye, this should not... I swear I should think about how to do this, and yet I don't. Okay, if the list is empty, it should add to the list. Then... So maybe we do that at the bottom? Because that'll... No, that'll clear the list. Okay, if the list is empty, it should add to the list. Then the next go round, it'll say, okay, it's not empty. Then compare the current button number to the previous button number. Yeah, so then here, if they do equal, then add that number. If they don't equal, then clear it. I don't know. Okay, then spit out whatever this is. I don't know what I'm doing. It's 8 o'clock. It's the going to bed. That's what I'm doing. Okay, this is the sequence length. Is going to be the number sequence count. How many numbers are here? Okay, and then it's gonna spit out a bunch of... Okay, and I'm doing between 1 and 6. I can change that to be like 1 and 3. So that should give me a couple numbers back to back. So that'll tell me if the sequence actually is increasing or not. Okay, button, button, button. There we go, good. Button, button, button. Oh, it's gonna be 1 or 2, isn't it? Because it's exclusive. Okay, do a bumper. A bumper. Do a pipe there. And debug. Sequence length of 1. Sequence length of 2. Sequence length of 2. Sequence length of 1. 0. Okay, so it starts with 0, goes up to 1. There's so many debug messages. This is not the way to do it. Okay. It did go up. I don't know, I'm kind of getting kaput here anyway. Okay, can I disable the color painting here too? It's not necessary for what I'm doing. Okay, these I'm using. Apparently I have a bunch of other ones that I'm not using. So now we do pipe, like there, Button, 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 button. Bumper. Bumper. So it should be a sequence of 2 and then 1 and then 2 and then 1 and then 1 and then 1 and then 1. And then what were you spitting out? Because I think it was starting with 0. 0, 1, 2. So when is it saying this to? It's when it hits the button. So that first button, it's a sequence of 0. Then it's a sequence of 1. So it hits there. That's 0. 1. It hits there. The last one was 2. And then it hits... Oh, the bumper. That's all the bumper stuff. Then it hits 1. Yeah, then that is the 1 that it's hitting. That's the 1 there. Or there. And then that's the 2 there. For those previous 2. And then it goes off the bumper. Then there. That's the 1 for that. The 1 for... Yeah, okay. Wow, so that seems to be working. I'm surprised that it's just working. Odd. Weird. Okay. It's not even 8 o'clock. Do I really want to call it quits at 8 o'clock? I don't know. I've been a little, like, oddly tired today, too, and I keep sleeping more and more. But I also woke up a couple times last night. I don't know what I ate yesterday, but I was having dreams. I don't typically dream all that much, but that was 2 times that I woke up in the middle of the night with some kind of dream. I did eat a lot of Chipotle yesterday. I don't know if that would have been oh, I should keep coding. Just keep going. Don't stop. I mean, I haven't sat down at all, and I haven't paid attention to the ads because I started late though too. I guess I should at least hit 8:30 if I started late as well. Okay. Yeah, and I keep having success, so I also take success as a sign of like, okay, let's take a break and celebrate this success, as opposed to let's go for more success. Okay, I'm not looking for the strategy just yet. Oh, I could do round every time the pipe is, I guess I could disable the, because I could do open pipes as the thing that triggers what the current round is. So if I do an arbitrary one for... Okay, so the pipe spawn, is there an easy way to disable toggling open? Well, if I just, yeah, get rid of that. And say if you right click on it, it doesn't open. But then what about the game manager opening everybody? It still wouldn't be this. Okay, so I get rid of this. And then here on the game manager, when I click the open all button, because you've got to be the one that has the open everybody, right? Yeah, I feel like I've done like next to nothing on this project. And then I look at this and I'm like, no, actually, wait a second. So the round plus plus. And then we do like max rounds or something. Okay, and I could also check whether it's actually So here, when you check this, if the round is greater than or equal to the target, no, the max round, then you check if the, then you check whether you win or lose, and that is if the score is greater than or equal to the target score. Then the log is you win. I could do some congratulation text here too. You win. Otherwise, ruh-roh. You learned. You gonna learn today. You learned. Yay. We'll try to make it positive there. No, I think that's a little confusing. I am doing a game where you win and lose. I can make the message positive after the fact, but okay, so when the round is greater than or equal to the max round, then you check if the score is greater than or less than the target score. Okay, so the target score, I think, should be set when the round is set. So maybe we just do a method for like set round. Okay, wait, those are all public? Did I have? Okay. So void set round. And this is really just gonna make the target score is going to be equal to the, like, a max round. Multiplied by something, most likely. Or no, the, yeah, not the round, it's the max round. I guess there's level and round and target score. Okay, well, it's... Yeah, okay, the target score... These are just arbitrary. Okay, go away with this. We're just gonna do some arbitrary numbers here. It's just gonna be 5s, I guess. Can I just throw those on here? So the round is equal to 5, and the max round is equal to... no. The max round is equal to 5. The round is not equal to anything right now. And then the target score is going to be like a 10. There we go. There's some good arbitrary numbers, I guess. Well, I guess they're 5s and 10s. They're multiples of 5. That's less arbitrary and more usual. I did it! I win! Why did you not set the things? The target score and the serialized field. Okay, game manager. So the target score. Okay, I lied. If we're doing the serialized field, I don't need that then. Okay, so now we'll do 5 and 10 for those. Target score 10. Max round 5. Okay, and then I did automatically win because it was the final round and I hit the target score. Being the target score of 0 and the max round of 0. Okay. So now I do open pipes. That, yeah, okay. So now we do pipe. And then we do button, button, button. Bumper. We do open pipes. And then I think I just score per button, right? So button, button, button. Bumper. Oh, 10 is going to be very easy to hit the way I'm doing it. Oh, and I disabled the thing there. So then open pipes again. Oh, and then I thought I was disabling the color. The ball color is a bit much right now. That's not what I'm testing the strategy portion, not the sandbox portion. Ball. I thought I disabled your set grid color. So that's not what it's doing. The physics ball was the thing doing it. See, I can't tell if it's like a just having fun with the quacking or if it's a trying to get my attention for something. No, it's just spamming it because I mentioned it. I see. Was it not ball then? Yes, set grid space color. Is it a different? Yeah, no, it's reached target. It sets the grid space color. So I was trying to get rid of that there to not set the grid space color. Because physics ball was still using ball, right? I am realizing I didn't actually... I'm not immediately feeling like I need to change the UI size. It's just here. It's just this part here was just a little too big. Yeah, okay, grid move. That's a grid ball. I'm messing with the physics ball. Yeah, which still has the ball script. How are you doing the color again? It's draw array. Yeah, which I thought it was this. It didn't seem to be it though. Yeah, which is why I thought it was ball. And ball is the only spot that it's setting the grid space color is there. Oh, that's not doing anything. This is the thing that's actually setting it. Okay, there we go. I was like, I've been drinking tea. I haven't been doing good on the hydrate, though, like actually drinking water. That is a good idea. Although I do kind of want to kill off this tea still. No, I'll drink some water now and then I'll kill off the tea. Yeah, no, I did need some actual proper hydration. Yeah, I probably need to pay attention to when I actually make tea. Because it was mentioning something about it'll get bitter if you oversteep your tea. And I'm like, oh, I don't think I've ever paid attention to not oversteeping it. So I'm like, I've probably just been drinking all sorts of bitter tea. But still enjoying it and still liking it. I mean, it probably helps when, like, I was drinking that essentially juice kind of tea because of the honey having so much sugar in it. Which I do want to make another one of those again sometime. Okay, so this is a test that the colors are not happening. Get there. Opened a pipe. Yay, no colors. Okay. Opened a pipe. Yeah, and then the scoring is super easy, barely an inconvenience right now. That's a sequence. That's a good sequence, though. Oh no, it's a full 4. Okay, I guess the bumper's still getting colored, but that's okay. So, now what? I want to sit. It's been 2 hours, but I also feel like it's gonna. Maybe I will sit. It'll be for like 10 minutes. Yeah, and I suppose it's a different kind of sit, because I cram myself into the chair cross-legged instead of like at work where it's... Well, okay, it's still crossing one leg, but it's not the full cross-legged. Oh no! I lied. Nope, no sitting. Clearly not a good idea. The tired hits me. Okay. So now the scoring here. No, here. So when you score a button, you are automatically just adding to it, right? Murmur deck beaten with new cards. I like it. Congrats. Oh yeah, there is more Replicat to play at some point. And Friday is coming up to play some games. I could do a little bit of Replicat. I do want to focus. It's just because there's a deadline that I'm like, you know, I'm gonna focus on playing the game. Gonna roll a new update tomorrow. Okay, yeah. So then Friday would be a perfect time to do another round of Replicat. Just for a bit. Just because the deadline is Tuesday, I want to, if I can, I want to submit something. It's one of those, even if I don't get it, I can at least have a deadline to focus on and submit something. And then kind of assume that I probably won't get it. There will probably be so many more cool indie devs with big games that have been around forever. I was like, can you just do the more music-based ones? I don't need all of the audio samples. We'll see. They might be less audio sample heavy. We'll see. Yeah, okay. This is where I was just doing score plus plus every time it did that. So now, instead, I want to do score plus plus if the sequence is... Oh, I guess it would make sense that it wouldn't be until the button that actually breaks the sequence that it would actually score what that other sequence was. So now this is checking if the number sequence is greater than 3. In this case, I want you have to get a combo of 3. Greater than or equal to 3. Oh, so then it would just score again if you hit 4. Which is probably fine. If you hit 3, it just scores 1 point. If you hit that 4th one, it scores another point. That's fine for now. So score plus plus. So if you get 3 numbers in a row that are all the same number, which shouldn't be as bad when there's just 2 numbers. Okay, now I'm getting pretty close to needing to see what button I'm putting on the board is the issue. That's where I'm kind of getting to, is that you kind of need to know what the button is. Okay, so ideally this will, so that'll score 1 point, and then that is not, oopsie daisies. Okay, bumper there. Button, button, button. That should score another point. That's not going to score anything. Okay, I don't need to do the full swirl. Oh, that was the other thing, was that it, like, here. Yeah, because now I can strategically have it go over another 1 at the end here, if I wanted to as well. Yeah, okay, I could say 1, 1, and then... Well, some of it's like, if I could move around the buttons, that'd be nice too. Oh, it's a 1 and a 2. Why are you both? Oh, I'm realizing I could just... I could do that now every time as well. Okay, so... Open the pipes. That scores 1, 2. Hell yeah. And then to actually make it enough to hit 10 points in 5 rounds, I need to... No, this should be fine. But I could also add some more to make sure. Button. Button. And then now I realize, wait a second, I can just do that. Okay, so open the pipes. 1, a 2, a 3. Oh, you didn't hit, the sequence didn't end. Clear color, close pipes? Yeah, okay, that gets rid of the ball. So let me do a button. Okay, button. And then surprisingly, I don't want another 2, because that'll keep the sequence going. I need to break the sequence to actually get it to score. Yeah, because I don't have it when it hits nothing, that it... Well, it's really when the ball stops that it should also score. Okay, so button. There we go. So now we do open pipes. 1, 2, 3. Wait a second. Oh, you're sitting here repeatedly hitting this button, aren't you? Yes, okay. It's just sitting there repeatedly hitting the button and just boosting the score by an insane amount. That's kind of funny. Yeah, okay, the button's just going off like crazy. Oh, the ball is rolling back a little bit. Hey, it did. It stopped hitting the button. I don't know. Visually, is this game cool to anybody else? I think this is fun. I think this is really neat. I might probably should blow up the numbers on the buttons there as well at some point too. Okay, yeah, and then I don't even need to worry about. Okay, let's do a congratulations text instead of just a debug message. Okay, UI text the game over. Okay, and then you'll get thrown into here, and then instead of the debug, it'll switch out the game over text. Okay, there, and I also want to make sure it's visible when it hits the thing. Okay, wait, it's on update, I think. Yeah, it was like right at the top, right? Yeah, no, that's the button pressed. Let's start. Update, there we go. So now well, I do want to keep the text, rather. It's just a matter of the game over text. Set active. That game object that's set active. To true. I want it to be visible, actually. And then that's either scenario. So that's just when it ends, it pops up. Then the game over text will say there we go. That. Or in the other case, a nice you learned. Okay. Well, it's funny how you lose feels like, oh man, I lost the game. But if you just add an R on there, you loser feels so much harsher. It becomes a label of like, not only did you lose once, you just are that thing now. All you do is lose, lose, lose. I can relate. Okay. The text did not get set. It didn't even break. It didn't even break. It just popped up with an error message, and I said, oh, wait, no, I didn't actually set anything, did I? Okay, there we go. And then this game over text. Is it even hidden? Is it even... Yeah, it's not even doing anything. Not remove. Reset. And then I want you to be in the middle of the screen with that font. And obviously up the width. And smack that middle of the screen. Okay, can we just blow you up by a lot? There we go. It's not an absolute mega hecton, but that's better. Okay, then I could just mash the open pipes button and lose, and it should pop up with... You're supposed to be hidden at the start. Okay. So now... Open pipes. Yay! I mean, boo, I lose. No. You failed. Okay, and then just as a test. Yeah, open pipes to lose. Just mash button for lose instead of mash button for win. Button, button, button. Button, button, button. Then we cheat and just erase the button and just put that in there until I get a 2. There we go, a 2. Button, button, button. And then I actually do, yeah, and then I do need it to be like a 2. There we go, okay. Let me do a bumper. Bumper. A bumper and a pipe. And then we open the pipes. 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah. And open the pipes. 1, 2, 3. I mashed the button. Whoops. And oh, this button, this ball rolling back over everything. Whoops. No. Okay, it did. Okay, and then it updated to say that I won because the score went up over the. Okay. Okay, then it would be re-rolling another round. Okay, the next 2 things would be I need to actually see what the heck button I'm placing on the grid. And then, yeah, the way I was doing I really should try to see if that one board game group would be interested in testing like this too. Because the way I was using the Quarkle tiles was also that you could place a tile sideways to make it be a bumper. And then I took that photo and then I don't think I posted it. I should, I don't know. I've also got updates on this digital stuff that I might stick with. But yeah, the way I was testing it is I laid out a grid of 5x5 of these upside down. And then was just placing them on top of that with the tile being sideways to indicate whether it's a bumper or not. And then I was also trying to use the tiles to score as well. Okay, it's a different font. I was like, that almost looks like the font that I'm using even. Yeah, this is one that I would want to try to bust out at a family gathering, because definitely had arguments over Scrabble. And I'm like, wait, if this is the same kind of thing as Scrabble without being the pain of trying to figure out which words are valid, and you know, is somebody gets to take 6 years trying to figure out what exact word gets me the most points. Okay, I think figuring out the button. Okay, wait. I gotta do the, not gotta, but I want to do the, let's post it on social media. Okay, builds, clean builds, do another. That's why I have too many files on my computer, but that's okay. I like to archive everything. Okay, it's definitely 8:30. Which, no, it's like I should be thinking about going to bed at 8:30, not starting to go to bed at 8:30. Because by the time I finish this and post it on social media and then go raid to somebody else, I might be able to brush my teeth and hit the hay before it's too late. Yeah, it's been a while since I've hit up the candy store, but I've been very tempted. Well, and it probably is because of the fact that I wasn't. Well, okay, I guess I was just eating cheesecake earlier today, so maybe I should hold off on candy if I do have cheesecake to eat. So it's like I have my little sugar pills if I want my little sugar pills, but again, the topic came up of what shape is the fudge that you get? Is it in cubes or is it in slabs? Which the question kind of confuses me because it's, well, at the store they have it in slabs and then they cut it for you into cubes when you get it, so it's, I don't entirely know what the question is, but since they were talking about fudge, now I'm like, they have fudge at that candy store and I don't tend to get it. I don't tend to eat it. But that would be fun to try because of the fact that I don't tend to get it and don't tend to eat it. Oh wait, this is another one of those. Let me set up the button. Screw you. Button. Screw you. Button. Screw you. Okay, my testing methodology has fallen apart. This is a 50-50. Rolling that many twos. Pretty dang good. Okay, well, we're gonna just do more ones. Oh, no, wait, if I want... It has to break the sequence to actually score the sequence. So button... Nope. I need it to be a 2. But... Why you gotta be such a bastard now? It's a 50-50. Are you flippin' kidding me? There we go. 2, 2, 2. Nope. Okay, this is clearly telling me I should just do this in a different... I should set up some kind of dev. Okay, then button 2. There we go. Okay, so now I can do... Never heard the word fudge and don't know what fudge is? I'm assuming that it's just the... it's a pretty common... at least I would assume it's a pretty common dessert. I feel like it's a... fudge. Yeah, like fudge rounds and stuff. Like, I'd be surprised. There's fudge. Big blocks of, I don't exactly know what it is. I know it's a lot of chocolate typically, but it's lots of different flavors and stuff too. I mean, I know like fudge rounds are like the cookies and stuff too. Type of sugar candy. Mixing sugar, butter, and milk. Oh, so it is a US thing, really? I would have assumed. I think it was like fudge rounds, I feel like are a British thing or something. Fudge rounds. Haven't come across it. Round snack cake made by Little Debbie. I didn't realize fudge was like a US thing. It's just because it comes in so many varieties of flavors that I figured. Yeah, like truffle fudge, like mint fudge, whiskey fudge. Yeah, it's just sugar with flavor. It's just flavored sugar. Yeah, rum raisin. Yeah, in the UK, rum and raisin are popular flavors. Yeah, so it's like it's It's in the UK. Gained popularity in the United States during the late 19th century. Huh. I thought fudge was like a much more global thing. That's surprising to me. Because of how simple it is and how many flavors there are. It just feels like it'd be everywhere. Okay. Now we do that. So then we hit the button there. I guess I did put that one button a little too close. Oops. Okay, well, whatever. Well, then I guess I'll have to get some fudge tomorrow and take a picture of the fudge that I get. Show off all the stuff around me. Maybe it is. I'm not really doing a lot of traveling, even within Germany. I haven't been around a lot. Yeah, I've done a little bit of traveling in Germany. I don't remember what we had dessert-wise. I just remember having that really heavy noodle dish that I was like, wow, this looks kind of small. And then I only got through like half of it, and it was just like, wow, that is some heavy, heavy mac and cheese kind of thing. I think that was also the restaurant that took so long to get us our food, and it was outdoors, and there was a slug that had gotten like under the table, and we were just feeding it little bits of food. It was just like, oh wow, look, it's eating the lettuce, and then oh wow, it really likes that fish. It was like, wow, that's surprising. That's just one of those like core memories to me. It's just I do like slugs and snails and stuff, and the fact that we got to just hang around and feed one for a while because they took so long with the food. Captures. Oh, and then yeah, I stopped doing the like trimming thing because there was no button for it. There was no trim the thing. It's edit with Clipchamp is the only thing. Okay, so that's the video that I can go drag on the social media. I am very clearly already asleep. I didn't need to prove it any more than I already have, but apparently I am going to prove it even more that I am tired and need to go to bed. Maybe not dangerously close, getting closer. Again, with the rightist of calling it quits and going to bed. I was like, you do see the schedule on there that it is, yeah, I was like, I'm in the process of posting on social media. But, thank you for the, always thank you for the hello as I say goodbye, pretty much. Oh, I should have done it in a loop. That would have made a little more sense, would it? To have the ball bounce around in a loop. That's okay. Okay, do I have a good loop? Oh. just do the curly loop for now, I suppose. And then what did I use for tags? Yeah, recycle. Dang it. You cursed me. You spammed all those yawns and then it just hit me so hard. Let's see. Okay, this is a little less satisfying. I don't know what it's just whatever. Ain't nobody gonna see, ain't nobody gonna care. I'm going to bed. With the bonk, as in like trying to wake me up, or saying go to bed. Which I am trying to go to bed, that's for sure. Man, if I could edit these a little bit, that would be great. That is the one thing that my other computer had, is the easier editing on a little video. Although I guess I could look and see. I could, well, it'd be a little bit of a pain to boot up the other computer. I don't have that set up to try to figure out exactly what I was using to do the thing. Okay, now you're supposed to be over there. Yeah, it's just because I didn't have that open. Yeah, then it's too long. Discord, why you do this? I hate. Okay, I lied. We're gonna go do the crop it. I didn't even realize that when I cropped it last time, but I'm like, oh yeah, no, that would help, wouldn't it? Let's see. So, can I crop it square? Or do I need to crop it to the full phone resolution? Let's see, if I had to pick a favorite screen size resolution, I definitely like reading. Yeah, I don't watch any videos on my phone. I watch videos on full screen. But in terms of like 4:3 or square or whatnot. Oh, and then I gotta do there. Wow, did that spam the button? Oh, I actually got lucky on the last couple of estimate me's. Not a couple. I've gotten lucky with a couple of the estimate me's, and gotten to the actually guessed it. I've also had a lot that I've just been wildly off. So. I was like, it's not 420, is it? It's there instead, kind of. Kind of, sort of, maybe. But yeah, I was proud of myself that at least... Was it even like today? It might have been today's. I'm trying to think of the other one that I got, because I was going back and doing some from like previous weekend or something. Oh, the BBs. Yeah, it was the potato chips. It was the potato chips today. I got the potato chip one today. And then I got the BBs in the cap from whatever that was. Oh, okay, that was more recently. At least I think it was this one. I don't remember what this one was. I remember what today's one is. So I could just immediately... I could be top of the top by just cheating, but... Yeah, I think some of those ones I was like kind of super overestimating or underestimating because I was like, okay, we're gonna try to hit some extremes, and then it's like, okay, well that doesn't really get you a good guess. Would ban me for just coming back at the end of the day and say, oh, okay, I did it on this browser, now I can put in the correct answer on. Yeah, I saw that in a YouTube video where they did the it was making fun of somebody for not knowing what the Wordle was, and they had this is what they did is they went back and said, "Oh, here's the answer for the Wordle." So they had a whole series of just I got the Wordle in one repeatedly. Yay! Okay, let me do it that time. If I just crop it, that is good to know. Well, that loop does not show up on the dark background of Discord there. Okie dokie. So that should be everything. That's these social medias. That's Discord. Yeah, and then I could crop it and put it on TikTok, but this is not, that's not, still not good enough, I feel, for TikTok. Okay, did I see the submission form for users to submit puzzles? I did not. Oh, submit a puzzle, okay. And give feedback. Let me win. Let me cheat and don't ban me. Okay, put it in the footer after the game ends. Okay. Well, and it's this reading. Does this just go to you, or does this go like somewhere to actually say like a reading? That's fun. That's a good idea to have like a specific date for a puzzle to appear on there too. Just to you, okay. I just, when I see the 5 stars, I just assume that this is gonna go up somewhere. It's got me tempted to bust out the Where's Waldo. And be like, how many little guys are in this scene? And then you also get the secondary thing of like, I mean, I haven't posted that Where's Waldo in a long time, have I? No? I feel like I had to have scrolled past one. There we go. Yeah, I could submit one of these images. I'm just not realizing all the people are facing the same way. Yeah, and then just say how many people are in the scene. Because that would be easy for me. I could just say how many, I could just generate a scene with a certain number of people. Although I think this is a little eye-searingly bright. It's a little painful, but... Yeah, I was like, but some are cropped off. Yeah. I would have to tweak it to be able to submit it. But I do think it would be kind of fun to have, like... Oh, I guess you could put that in the description there, too, as a secondary, like... A secondary extra there, too. I guess you couldn't really award bonus points if there was, like, hey, bonus points for finding Waldo, but... Or Wally, I guess, depending on where you're at. Okay, but that was me posted it on social media. It is 8:50. I need to scrub my teeth off and go pass out. I was like, you've seen fudge, right? Apparently Phil did not know fudge. Which was surprising to me. I thought this was a much more common thing. I do think I am going to pick up some fudge tomorrow. Yeah, I love fudge. It was just a conversation at work that's happened a few times where somebody's like, oh yeah, it's slabs versus cubes of fudge. And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure they just have it in a slab at the place and then you get a cube when you ask for it. But now that it's been mentioned too many times, I do think I am going to get some fudge tomorrow. Yeah, this is the absolute simplicity of it is why it's surprising to me that it seems to be much more just like a US thing. Because they're just cubes of sugar. It's like sugar cubes seem pretty simple to make as a food. Got some cookies. As in like the fudge rounds, because I was looking at the fudge rounds there too, which I thought that was a UK thing. I don't actually know if that's true or not, but I thought it was a UK thing. Actually, no, I do need my channel just to see if anybody is here. No. Everybody went to bed, which that's good. Unless it updates, as in we refresh it. It is just the one? I was gonna say, wait a second. Oxbot's here leaving messages, and Phil's here leaving messages. That's at least more than one. Right? Oh, chocolate chunk cookies. Okay. Oh, there's two. Okay, so maybe he was saying that Phil wasn't here? Layer 1. I was just kind of seeing if it would be good for a raid, but it seems like got married, became one. Simply because the Twitch said, hey, there's nobody here. Okay, it does in fact just say 2. So, I like to raid when there's at least 3. Not only because the, well, it's because I never know if the one viewer is myself, too. So I'm like, if I'm just raiding with one other person, that just doesn't feel like enough. And you also, like, and now it says 3. It's going up as we speak. I could go do a raid. Brainwood came back. Yeah, you guys are multiplying. Okay, well now that it says 3, I guess I could do a raid. Although maybe it'll go down in the time. Maybe I got hit with the number deflation like everything else on Twitch. Somehow, when I only had 3 viewers, it got rid of a bot. It would have only been a single bot. And all my bot viewers, oh no. My metrics are absolutely trash now, right? Yeah, I was like, apparently it did affect a lot of people by a lot. Well, there's a few people doing some software and game development. Board games. I think I will go invade Invadium here. That's like something about balls. Oh, also, doesn't appear to be. Oh, appears to be on a break. If it's been 5 hours, that seems like a lot. Well, if Invadium doesn't actually exist right now. You're down to go to a chair stream? You're down to raid a chair stream? Are you sure about that? I feel like if there is in fact 3 people, we could go raid somebody who's actually on. Especially if 5 hours feels like, okay, this is taking a long break and going off and doing something else at this point, most likely.
Sam.
This seems to be a bit more. Big fan of chairs, but like couches more. Yeah, I think I'm more of a couch fan. Might also just be because my back's been hurting because I've been sitting too much while I'm at work. Okay, well, this seems like... It says 1 again. It's just all over the place. I guess we'll raid and see what it's... Or this will tell me how many people based on the raid. I do wonder... That might actually... I wonder if that is related to the bots.
Right.
So I guess we'll see.
Need your left deceleration, Matt.
I'm most likely it's just the 2 of you, but I suppose I am also here. So that would be 3. There is 3. Interesting. If it's bouncing around all over the place. Okay, but I will be back tomorrow with more game dev. I'm getting very scarily close to having something working, and I'm excited. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Good night. Good luck. Have fun sleeping. Bye.
Parent dot velocity dot x. They want me to do plus equals. There's no way that functions. We do have a raid incoming. Hey, Gnomeable. I'm encountering a serious scuff problem right now.
What?
How are you?
And this is why I go and steal code from somewhere like my past self who figured out this stuff.
Should show you where I've got my where I've gone wrong.
I hit 30 and I immediately got stupid.
Hi, I'm raiding with gnomes. Hi.
I got hit
Check this
all
out,
sorts
Gnome.
of debuffs of becoming
I've got this
30,
thing right now.
it's just
'Kay?
immediately I have less
Where when I move, okay, I get my deceleration works great when I'm traveling right, but if I even tap left, I move really fast, and I know where the problem is. It's right here. Got a lot of states. I do have a lot of states. You're not wrong.